Good morning and welcome to the Daily Charge. It's Monday, March 2nd. I'm Roger Chang.
I'm David Katzmaier.
All right, AT&T's replacement for cable or DirecTV, known simply as AT&T TV, goes nationwide today. I've got David here to break down the latest service from AT&T. Now, before we get into it, I just want to keep in mind, I want to break down the services that are actually available from AT&T right now. And I have them listed and add any that I miss. But I've got UVerse Cable, DirecTV Satellite, AT&T TV Now, which is formerly DirecTV Now, AT&T Watch, HBO Now, HBO Go. Am I missing any?
HBO Max.
HBO Max, which hasn't launched yet.
Yep.
That launches in May.
Yep.
HBO Max. So that's what, 7?
That's 7. Those are the major ones.
And then now we've got AT&T TV, which now is available everywhere.
So 8 is enough.
Hooray. 8 that's the magic number right
I
there.
think they just wanted to hit that number.
You know, it's a lucky number in Chinese culture, so maybe that's what they're going for.
Beautiful. It's infinity on sideways.
Exactly.
So if you turn, maybe they'll go to infinite next. Infinite AT&T.
Well, so let's break it down because there are a lot of these different options. But what is AT&T TV? How does it set itself apart from all those other options?
So it is very different from all those other options. All those other options, well, okay, so the DirecTV, which is the satellite service, and there's UVerse, which is basically cable.
Right.
Those guys require a box, and so does AT&T TV. So I've got right here, this is the remote and the box itself. This little box, which you must have if you're an AT&T TV subscriber, is essentially, you know, this plugs in your TV. It's a set-top box.
And to be clear, this doesn't operate like a satellite TV or a cable TV service where it's through the cable line. This is an internet streaming service, right? And so I have to question why you need a physical box when you've got Rokus and Apple TVs. You've got smart TVs that can take in streams. Mm-hmm. Why can't we just have that?
Well, when we asked AT&T that, they said because it's a premium service. So that, I guess, is code for it costs a lot of money. We'll get to that in a minute.
Yes.
But this, the box runs Android TV, which is found on Sony televisions, NVIDIA Shield, devices like that. Definitely not as common or as inexpensive as Roku or Amazon Fire TV. So Android TV means Google, so Google handles everything. On this remote, you press the button, you have Google Assistant. So you can talk and get Google Assistant recommendations. You can search for stuff, launch apps, do that sort of thing with the remote control. The voice systems on a lot of cable devices, things like that, aren't as evolved as Google. So there's kind of the pitch. You have the ability to use voice to interact with your television. Okay,
and so let's break down price because it's. A lot of these online services pitch themselves as cheaper. The price for this, at least off the bat, $50.
Yep.
Doesn't seem that bad.
No, $50 a month is actually the same as YouTube TV. But wait,
there's more.
You have to sign it to your contract. Woo! And in the second year of that contract, it jumps up to nearly double, $93 a month. And it's like that for the rest of your subscription.
That is amazing because AT&T itself, in years past, they've given grief to other companies for exploding contracts, right?
Yes.
That's the term.
Promotional pricing is another way to put it.
Right. The idea that you sign in the super cheap price and then it blows up. I think AT&T crapped on Sprint for doing that because Sprint had these outrageously low wireless plans and then year 2 comes up and boom, they just jump.
Oh, I hope so. AT&T hopefully doesn't take a lesson from Sprint as to what happened.
I really hope not. Well, no one actually signed up for those free services, so Sprint literally couldn't give away their service.
Right.
But do you think there's demand for this? Because we're in a time when people are, I think, a lot more savvy about where they get their entertainment, and streaming services, cord cutting. That this seems almost antithetical. Yes, sorry, I can't speak. It's Monday, and I apologize for that. But
it's Wednesday.
You're right.
Sorry.
Totally is a contradiction to what we're all moving towards with cord cutting, right?
Yes, and that's the exact point. I think what they're doing is they're aiming for people who aren't that savvy. So so what they're pitching at is a replacement for DirecTV, a replacement for UVerse, right? Get rid of those services. I don't know the numbers.
Do you think they phase out UVerse and DirecTV at some point?
Absolutely. They've actually already talked about winding down UVerse. I think today they just stopped accepting online new customers on UVerse. You can still call them up on the phone and be a new UVerse customer. So I think they're going to be winding down those services. To be clear, today you can still be a new customer on those services and they're not going away if you're a current subscriber.
Gotcha.
So all those 7 services are still going to be around for the foreseeable future, but they are winding down at least some of the TV services.
Well, yay. Then beyond AT&T TV, there was some YouTube news on Friday. Break it down for us.
So again, this is the streaming world moves really quickly. So
it really does.
YouTube TV, which actually is a huge competitor to AT&T TV, because it is what savvy people, is what I recommend people subscribe to.
And doesn't require a box.
No, this is an app.
Key.
It's got a bunch of channels. It's got a cloud DVR. And by the way, you can cancel whenever you want because there's no contract. So that service, YouTube TV, is our current editor's choice, our favorite recommendation. They just actually dropped, or actually they haven't dropped them yet, but they're in negotiations with Fox or Sinclair to drop Fox sports stations, which includes Yes Network. So these are all the stations that hardcore sports fans know about. They have the Yankees, for example, on Yes. They have most of the regular season baseball, basketball games, NHL games are on these channels around the nation. They're going away if these negotiations don't work out. So this might seem familiar to people who have cable and satellite. Negotiating with XYZ. So YouTube TV is doing this now. They actually said they were dropping them on Saturday, and then they retweeted and said, oh, by the way, we're still talking. So maybe that tweet was a negotiation to start with.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, that's out now, and we're still going to find out whether YouTube TV customers can do this. The point is, you are not a subscriber if you're a YouTube TV customer. You don't have a contract. You can just drop it whenever you want. And I wrote an article on Friday that says, hey, if you want, yes, you can always subscribe to Hulu with live TV.
Oh, right.
So that's a competing live TV service, $55 a month. Again, no box, just an app, and they have a bunch of channels, and they're pretty good. And if you're a Yes Network, if that's a must-have, then go ahead and get Hulu. For now, it has those networks
until they start dealing with negotiations.
Yes, and these things keep going up, as we've learned.
Okay, so what do you guys think? Is this getting ridiculous? Is cord cutting cannibalizing the entertainment industry? On the contrary, who's on the hook for this? And are you looking to get AT&T TV in your area? We've got David handcuffed to the desk here, so he has to answer all of your questions because I don't have any answers. Sound off in the chat, Periscope, or on Twitter, and we'll get to as many as we can while the time allows. And while you're at it, why don't you subscribe and ring the bell so you can join us for all the live shows? Liking and sharing also goes a long way toward helping us grow our channel. But in the meantime, BVG, what do we got?
Opinion wants to point out that also Pluto is a really good free alternative that has lots of ongoing program streaming content that's very similar into the regular cable channel flipping status quo. So I'm glad you brought that up.
Let's break that down. By the way, just full disclosure, Pluto is that's our sister business since they're a Viacom property, and Viacom CBS owns us as well.
Blah, blah, blah.
But Pluto isn't like traditional TV, right? It is structured in a linear way, but it's not like your NBCs or right.
It has a guide, and so you have a bunch of channels on there, which aren't your traditional channels. You're
I
not
believe there is a
find...
CNET channel.
Yeah,
so.
Which is great. You should watch it right now.
You should watch
not
it.
right
not
now.
right now.
We're
Right
on
after
it
this.
all
Right
the
after
time.
this.
But they have ads, so it's an ad-supported network. There's no subscription fee, so it's free, and that's really cool. So go ahead, check it out. What you'll find is stuff that's not like regular cable. A lot of the channels are different. A lot of the stuff that you get on a service that we pay money for is exclusive content. ESPN is a great example, or if you want to watch TNT or any of the major local networks like ABC, Fox, CBS, another CNET owner, those are on those services, but not on Pluto.
We didn't quite clearly delineate this, but this service is, we did sort of, but this service will feel like a traditional cable service. The channels that you're familiar with on cable, the whole TV guide type structure. Yeah, scrolling through. Okay, so it's definitely more of a traditional structure with traditional channels, what you come to expect. And that's,
live channels.
That's why live channels.
And that's a DVR. So this box has, hold it up again. This is just a little thin client, they call it, but this box does not have a DVR built into it, like a DirecTV box or Uverse. This actually accesses a cloud DVR, just like a YouTube TV or something. So, you got 500 hours of cloud storage. There's some benefits to that, but you can, you can play around.
So
you can record as many things as you want at the same time. For example, with a DVR like this, a cloud DVR, and again, it's kind of the evolution of streaming, but at the same time, I think the real evolution of streaming is no box at all, just the app. And the advantages here are a little tough.
And this comes with the service, but what if you've got multiple TVs in the household?
So you can, of course, get another one of those. And by get, I mean pay AT&T TV for another one of those. It's $150 for another box. Or you can pay the service, I think, over a year. It's like $10. Maybe it's $120, and then it's $10 per month. So, if you want to spread that out. And of course, you have multiple TVs. You can also, by the way, if you don't want to buy a second box or third box, you can access the DVR and the live program channels via the AT&T TV app.
Okay.
So that's on your phone. It's on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, although there's another issue where you can't download it on Roku right now because they're at loggerheads. But if you have it installed already, then you can go and access this programming anyway.
And is there sort of a workaround where I can get it on my phone and then cast it to another TV?
Yes. So you can cast. It's just like a Chromecast or whatever. Since it's Android TV, it does support that spec.
Gotcha. Well, no, but can it cast to another TV that's not connected to that box?
So you can watch with the app on the TV, but if you're asking, for example, if you have a Chromecast and you have the AT&T TV app on your phone, then yes, you can watch a show in the AT&T TV app on your phone and cast it to Chromecast.
Got it. Okay. So you don't necessarily need the box then.
You do. You need one of them.
Oh, one of them.
You need at least one box.
Sorry, I'm talking about for if you want your second or third TV to get it.
Vacation homes or around the house,
we all
or
have
especially
vacation
on the
homes
go.
Here at CNET.
Of course, I got 2 or 3.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be outfitting all of them with the boxes.
There you go.
It's a premium service.
There you go.
David, would you recommend people possibly still kind of getting new into the cord cutting situation, mixing and matching? Where's the cutoff on that one? Because I know I have a Chromecast in my house and a PlayStation 4 with a bunch of my services on it and Amazon Fire TV stick. Where does something like this kind of fit in the box? Are they really trying to get you back all under one hood with a move like this instead of being kind of like partitioned off a la carte style? What's AT&T's goal with this outside of just keeping up with the Joneses?
So when we met with them, they did talk a lot about everything being under one box. So again, this is Android TV, meaning that it has Netflix on the box. It has Hulu on the box. You could even install YouTube TV, I think. I didn't actually try it, if you wanted to, on this box. So if you cancel your subscription, you can still use it. It's a perfectly functional
when you
device.
sign up for the service and once you cancel it, do you have to give them the box back, or?
I believe you buy the box as part of your initial, but of course, when you cancel, you're paying for 2 years.
Right.
Canceling, I mean, you're into them by
at the end of the 2-year mark. You're like, I'm through with this AT&T TV thing.
Right.
Do you have to give back the box?
No.
Okay.
So cool.
You get a free box.
And Roku's like $30. This thing probably is worth maybe 50 or 100. I don't know. But anyway. The point is, Brian, you can get all these other apps on this box as well. So yes, it can all be controlled via this remote, and it operates just like a Roku or an Amazon Fire TV in that way.
Right. I'm still questioning why this exists, frankly.
I think it's more of a business thing. I mean, AT&T
it's definitely a business thing, but it's not. I don't think for consumers it's a great deal. Like
no,
especially I feel like if you are someone who isn't technically savvy, I guess you would consider this, but you're paying way more than you should for the service.
Okay, so take a step back. So if you're a guy on DirecTV or AT&T Uverse, chances are your bill for cable or for the TV is actually higher than $50 a month. I'm guessing that these guys, just for their TV service, are looking at this and going, you know what? I can save a little bit of money with this. Plus, I get Google Assistant, and I get, I'm streaming. So maybe
you
that's
also have
the
to
appeal.
keep in mind that this is like a standalone cable cost, right? You still have to pay for internet access. This does not work if you don't have internet, which is the advantage of a DirecTV or a traditional Uverse is you don't need internet.
Absolutely, at least 25 megabits. You can't,
right?
And not just that, you need good broadband.
Not even slow internet. You've got to get a decent speed in there.
Which, by the way, AT&T is bundling this service with their gigabit in parts of the country where they have a gigabit.
If you happen to be in that area, we're not in an AT&T area right now. Right. So
if you want to get that bundle, you can with them. They're also giving you a discount if you're an AT&T wireless customer. I think it's $10 a month.
Okay.
So there's little incentives in there.
Right.
But here's a big gotcha. So you're a DirecTV subscriber. One of their big pulls of DirecTV is NFL Sunday Ticket.
Yeah.
Not on this.
Ooh.
So NFL Sunday Ticket is exclusive to DirecTV satellite for the foreseeable future.
Right.
And that's and I understand that there's certain parts of the country where you don't actually have all 4 local channels on this box. So they're saying a nationwide rollout. Yeah, that's great, but for example, ABC, NBC, CBS, and Fox are not all available in every part of the country where you can basically take those for granted on any satellite or cable service.
Is that like an affiliate rights issue?
Yeah, so what they're doing is they have to re-sign all these contracts and get all these other stations to jump on board with this particular streaming service, just like, by the way, YouTube TV and Hulu and all those other services have to do to get those local channels on board with their streamers.
Okay.
So yeah, it just, the complications morph infinitely.
Really great questions coming in from the YouTube chat about hardware. Is the box for buy or is it rental only? Are you going to have to see another rental fee with that? Can you resell the box afterwards? And does the box have geofencing? Can you walk around with it all over the global world here?
Those are great questions. So we'll take it from the top. The box is technically, you buy it as part of your service, but again, your subscription fee, $50 a month for the first year, $93 for all the succeeding years that you remain a subscriber with a 2-year contract required. You get the box basically for free within that. So big whoop. Yes, sure, fine. I guess you can sell it whenever you want, like pretty much anything.
I don't know what the resale value for something like this is.
It would be low.
Yeah.
You can buy an NVIDIA Shield, which is a really nicely spec'd Android TV device for about $150 now.
Okay.
You can get cheaper Android TV devices for less expensive. Of course, a Roku, which competes against them, is $30, $50. So don't expect, then those are brand new prices. Don't expect to get too much for the used version. In terms of geofencing, that's a really interesting question. AT&T was a little dodgy about it, but they basically told us that it knows where you are. It can tell where you take the box and things like that. So if you activate from another area, you're going to have to go through some hoops, and it's also has, by the way, a 3-stream simultaneous limit. So let's say you want to share a subscription among you and your 10 closest friends, you can't all watch at the same time.
Okay.
So that 3 simultaneous stream is similar to Netflix, for example. When you pay a premium service for Netflix, you can do 3 simultaneous streams. This works the same way.
The geofencing thing is a great question though. Like, would AT&T have an issue if I took it to another state though, as opposed to?
So we don't know yet. This came out just today, but from what they told me, they are going to be. I think they'll allow you to do it relatively locally, but you might have to sign in or something like that. I honestly don't know the answer to that. Yeah.
Okay.
Is this really anything more than a simple rebranding of the Uverse brand, or are we going to actually see AT&T altogether kill the DirecTV name and brand throughout this?
Well, so they're saying that you can continue to subscribe to those services, Uverse and DirecTV now. For the foreseeable future, we don't know, because there have been rumors that they're going to sell DirecTV, for example.
Yep.
Uverse, as I said before, they're winding that service down. So they are pitching this marketing-wise as the next thing, as the next TV replacement. I mean, it's literally called AT&T TV, so you get a pretty good indication of what their marketing department wants to do with it.
Right.
This is going to be the new thing going forward.
And keep in mind, the service formerly known as DirecTV Now was also rebranded AT&T TV Now.
Yes.
So that kind of shows you how they're trying to deprioritize the DirecTV name, right?
Yep.
So,
And even maybe that streaming service as well. It's interesting that I have a feeling that AT&T TV Now is not long for this world if this box is out there with almost identical name and lower pricing. I mean, AT&T TV Now starts at $65 a month.
I remember when it was actually a pretty good deal when it launched.
Yeah.
It
35 when it was DirecTV
35
Now.
plus a whole slew of channels.
Channels are awesome, and a lot of people got grandfathered into that.
Right, right.
So
and then it just started progressively getting more expensive and fewer channels.
$65.
Yeah. Just the numbers in terms of how many customers have bled out of that service are just tremendous.
Yeah, and they did the promotional pricing thing. They were giving away Apple TVs with that for a
remember.
while. There was a slew of things they tried to do to get that traction, and it never really worked.
Yep.
Okay, before we wind things down, we've had a pretty solid introduction here to AT&T TV. God, that's awful. That really is awful when it comes off the tongue like that. Let's stack them up. AT&T TV, comparative to other subscription-based or free classic cable television type channel flipping scenarios. So we've got this. We've got Pluto TV we mentioned. What else is out there, Katz, and where do they start to kind of stack up against each other? So I'd like to point out that Opinion also directed our attention towards Tableau, which is one I'm not familiar with.
Yeah, so actually Tableau is cool because it's a service that allows you to record your over-the-air broadcast channels via antenna onto a network DVR that you can watch on your phone, around your house, on any TV. It's pretty sweet. That I think requires a monthly fee. There's other services like that don't require a monthly fee. One of them is called Air TV. That's run by Sling. So Sling TV is actually our second favorite after YouTube TV. Those are the two main competitors. I'll back it up a notch. From AT&T TV, if you're looking at who you're going to convince savvy people, not just old DirecTV subscribers who don't know any better,
right?
Their main competitor is a service like YouTube TV. So YouTube TV, if you don't know, is $50 a month. It has a whole bunch of channels. I think there's 70 plus channels on there. They're all live TV channels. There's a cloud DVR. It kind of has everything you'd want out of a cable service,
Right.
but no contract. $50 a month, and it runs on an app, so it runs on any device. The service that we like kind of second best to them, and also a great choice if you want to spend a little less money, is called Sling TV. They've been around for a while. They're owned by Dish Network. Those guys do pretty much the same thing as YouTube TV. Fewer channels, cheaper price, $30 a month. So those are our two big competitors to this. There's really nothing out there on the streaming side that costs more than this. I mean, unless you count AT&TV's own service. So again, you can bundle this to get even more channels. It really seems a lot more like cable TV than any of these streaming services.
It's an easier sell if you're trying to get someone who's got traditional Uverse or traditional DirecTV to jump to this as opposed to from YouTube TV to that. You're going further down the line in terms of technical savvy required.
And
right?
they have sales forces. We walked into an AT&T TV, AT&T wireless store, and they're already selling this in New York because it's been out for a while in the city and other places around the country. This is the nationwide day launch, but it's been out for a little while. And so, they'll sell it at places like that. And, you can call up their customer service and they'll talk to you about it and things like that. So they have more of that traditional sort of, a brick and mortar approach to this device.
Gotcha.
One last thought I just had before we shut things down, and thanks to Tim on YouTube chat for kind of putting this bug in my brain. Is this the death knell for the dish? Are we ever going to really see the need for a satellite dish with more and more things like 5G coming to life? Transmission of media is much more common on demand over the internet rather than traditional streaming not streaming, but broadcast or satellite. Are we going to see the end of dishes out there?
Well, we've heard that, again, AT&T might spin off DirecTV, sell it. There's talk of a merger between Dish Network and DirecTV. I think, was it Ergen mentioned that? Right?
Yeah, and even Dish, I think, Ergen mentioned some sort of merger would be inevitable.
Yep.
And even Dish Network, they see their future in 5G, right? They've got that deal with Sprint and T-Mobile. They're really looking to push out wireless service. So, I think... I don't see them going away completely. I think there's still parts of the country, parts of the world that still require a satellite dish because the infrastructure isn't there. There's a lot of areas like in rural America where you don't have a steady broadband connection that would allow for the streaming service. And so I don't think it goes away completely, but it's definitely a business that's in decline.
I mean, not necessarily as much the business side of things because they can always try to right that ship. I mean, literally, is satellite dish technology completely obsolete at this point?
Well, no, I don't think it's going to go, like I said, I don't think it's going to go away completely because there's still going to be there's still going to be a need for it in some parts of America where there just isn't like a broadband connection that's fast enough for you, right? You either don't have cellular connection, in a lot of places you don't have like a landline connection or like a hardwired internet access. So you kind of need satellite sometimes for TV, for broadcasting. So it's going to take a while. It's not like they're all just going to disappear overnight, but it's definitely... you're going to start seeing a lot fewer satellite dishes around. Like the need for dishes are starting to go away, especially in the metro areas, urban areas.
I mean, for certain out in deeper rural areas, the satellite dish is still a commodity. I just wondered, pie in the sky dream, they talk about this 5G blanket that's going to sweep the world and everything is going to come up friggin' daisies or something. I just wondered if that would be like the thing to finally put the last nail in the coffin on dishes.
I mean, down the line, I kind of want to see set-top boxes disappear and these kinds of boxes disappear, and we just have a TV. And like even further future, like I really want to see with wireless power, we just take out all cables and just remove all cables, and my entertainment center will finally be like chaos free.
You are preaching the good word, Roger. You are speaking my language.
Yeah.
But we will never, ever, mark my words, see a world without obnoxious set-top boxes and cables. And I'm saying we're moving into the next phase, and it's all dongles. Not just for your phone anymore.
Could be. Yeah.
Okay, that was fun. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Katz, for being on, as always. You're always the highlight of our entire week here. Everything is downhill from here.
Yeah, we can't top it. We might as well just shut the show down for the week.
Yeah, I
do the rest of the week too, if you guys want.
Oh, all right.
I'm free.
All right. Thanks, folks. Take care. See you tomorrow. Roger.
Yeah, if you have any questions that can't wait for the show, go ahead and call us at 862-250-5173. Yes, that is a phone number. We'll do our best to answer the question on the next episode. And hey, don't forget to follow us on Twitter. As always, if you want to learn more, there are links to all of today's stories, as well as all the places you can subscribe to us in the description below. For the Daily Charge, I'm Roger Chang.
And I'm David Katzmaier.
Thanks for joining us.